Hi, my name is Chris Dracolos. I am a student at Grand Canyon University getting my master's degree in secondary education. I am in my first class, and we are going to talk about today the teacher's role in supporting learning and improving planning and practicing upholding professional expectations and being a collaborator and advancing in a profession. Basically, the way I see it is that unless you're a master in your field, whether you have your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, your doctorate, whatever it may be, unless you understand what it is that you have to teach your students, then you would not be able to effectively um, educate them in the way they're supposed to be, and whether it's the core values, it could be phys ed, it could be a language, it could even be an elective. However, your role is to be an educator. Your role is to be a classroom manager. Your role is also to be um, a mentor or a role model for the most part. And I just think that you are teaching students how to use the word character and show them how to properly study, how to properly take notes, how to properly and effectively be successful in your classroom. In order for you to advance in your profession, you always have to have an open mind and willing to learn, attending seminars, going to school, um, workshops all the time, professional development whenever your school or your principal offers it, additional training in helping students, especially students with disabilities. I think in order to be successful, you have to be a master, a jack of all trades, and a master at most, not just none. And What I think you need to work on before you go into a classroom as a first year teacher, as I'm a first year teacher, is classroom management is the biggest thing. You have to be a very effective classroom manager. It's not like anything you've ever done before. There's so many different personalities. There's so many different aspects to a classroom. You have the students, you have their parents, you have PTOs, you have lesson plans. You have to multitask and go on the fly all the time. If you become a lead teacher where you have a homeroom, then that's a whole nother experience in itself, because you're actually seeing those same students 3 times in a day, and they get kind of tired of you. You see them at the beginning of the day, you see them in the middle of the day, then you see them at the end of the day when it's just really wrapped up. So you have to know how to manage all that at the same time. Um, uh, I don't have any personal biases, honestly. Everyone thinks they could do things a little better, or there are a lot of people think, hey, you know what, I could have done that better. It's every day's a learning experience. So what I think is, honestly, if you have an open mind and you have a great rapport with your peers and your principal and your board of education and your PTOs and your parents, then everything will fall into place. According to the expectations of the profession, honestly, like I said, open mind, no biases. If you have any biases or if you have any concerns, then you schedule a meeting with your administration, your principal, your mentor, your team lead, whatever it may be, and you discuss it. And you have meetings once a month, and that's when you have like an open forum. You discuss it, and everyone's gonna brainstorm and troubleshoot at the same time. Um, Now, my own profession, dispositions into education, how I uphold them to adhere academic and professional integrity as a teacher candidate. Well, honestly, like I said, character and commitment's my two biggest things. I teach that to my students. I learned that in the past when I was a student athlete, in the ROTC program, in the police academy. And honestly, if you don't have character, if you don't have honesty, if you're not willing to learn, you don't have an open mind, it's going to be very hard to teach. And if you are struggling yourself, they're like children are sometimes like sharks. They smell blood in the water and they'll come right at you full force. And then you'll get overwhelmed. Then your classroom management goes out the window. And then that's the end of that. Then you're not going to be successful. So have an open mind. Make sure you're able to teach. I teach at a private school where I have children with 504 plans, IEPs, special education needs, different things, from a wide array. It's like a big rainbow. And honestly, unless you're able to manage all that at the same time, and you don't understand everyone's needs and have proper communication with the parents, the nurse, and everyone else, and have the proper reports, then you will not be successful.